What's good, cousins? It's your girl, Inkiee.Priestess. I wanted to get on here and do a deep dive with you guys. We're just going to check the energy for the day. Today is, I believe it's the 6th. Don't quote me on that. I'm not going to hold you. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, let's get into it. And y'all, I don't really like to edit my videos. I feel like we can free flow this shit together. So let's get it. All right, Spirit. Let's see what the vibes are for today. Let's see what that was. The Moon card. This is feeling like your guides are telling you to pay attention to your feelings and your emotions. I think that you could be so focused and so kind of like onward and upward with how you're moving right now to where you're a bit emotionally and mentally detached from things that are affecting you or things that need your attention. But I think that you're more focused on kind of maintaining and growing in the physical. It feels like you are more focused on new beginnings, multiplying, more focused on legacy and things like that. And I think that, to be honest, you were so used to being in your feelings in that chapter of like connecting and transmuting and that kind of energy for so long that once you got out of it, you were like, I don't really want to be in my heart chakra no more at this time. So you cut it off. But now your guides are bringing you back because your heart is starting to materialize new things around you. So you're bringing in more abundance. You're manifesting more connections and things like that. And there's in alignment with the more healed version of you, not the version of you that's disassociated and detached because you're tired of feeling how you feel or you're tired of feeling at all. But it feels like through going through some sort of circumstance, like really feeling your way through it, but also with logic, you produce some sort of new beginning. And I think that your guides are also kind of telling you to find favor in whatever time that you have where things are slowing down. Your guides are like, things are slowing down so that you can really zoom in on what's going on around you, zoom in on your surroundings, zoom in on people's intentions before you kind of align with this higher version of yourself that is a lot more prosperous. I do think that your guides are also telling you to go through your heartbreak and not around it, with this Knight of Cups in reverse with that too. I think people been disappointing you for real, and I think that you've adapted this mentality of I just need myself, ain't nobody coming to save me but me, like that kind of energy. And it's caused you to kind of lose hope in people, lose hope on love, not being so open or accessible. And though that's not really a bad thing, I think that your guides were just telling you to adapt more boundaries without fully retracting or putting your heart like on ice, making it to where you can't connect at all or where you're not open to trusting in the divine at all. So that's another reason why your guides are bringing you back to your emotional body so that you can transmute this previous chapter without being so like kind of hard body through it. You have to feel the feelings in order for you to gain the wisdom. Yeah, the Chariot in reverse. Things are very intentionally kind of like slowed down so that you can zoom in on your manifestations and your foundation. Because even though this may sound kind of weird, I hope it comes out right, but it feels like you're not building the foundation anymore. Like you're not building the floors of the house anymore. Like you're building the walls and the stairs going up into the next level again, and that within itself can be a bit intimidating for you. And I think that that's another reason why your guides are kind of telling you to slow down and really focus, pay attention to your progress and what Spirit is trying to tell you, also by way of clearing your heart and making space for new things. You're progressing a lot better than you may think, to be honest. Sorry, y'all, my baby texted me. um, you are developing a lot quicker than you may think. I do think that experiences, though, has kind of turned you into a more colder version of yourself where you don't really care for explanations, reasonings, and things like that. But that's not That's not who you were before. And I think that your guys just want you to find a balance in that. Like, you don't have to be gullible per se, but you don't have to be so like hyper vigilant and overprotective and retracted to where you don't make space to grow with anything, or to where you don't make space for new things that actually can be good for you. You know, this is more so about trusting your spirit of discernment in a way. But rest, retreat, and observe right now for a reason. It feels like also you are having to rest so that you don't crash out for real. You transmute and alchemize a lot at a time. And that within itself can be very, very difficult on your nervous system, on your mental. It's difficult to go through the experiences within itself. And I think that your guides were telling you to slow down and pour more into your mental and into, you know, reestablishing your life so that you don't stay building your foundation on self-hatred, not having any boundaries, still kind of carrying your pain in a way. That's why right now, even though this is a chapter that you don't really want to be in, it's actually extremely intentional. And this chapter also kind of this chapter opens the door for how the universe is going to start reciprocating back to you in this new level, because it feels like a lot that you felt like was lost or that was evading you in your experience is getting ready to show up for you seamlessly, whether it's love, whether it's, you know, new money, or a different sense of stability. And I think also when I look at it from a deeper level, you're coming out of survival mode. Yeah. That's why your guides are slowing you down, because you are rebirthing from the inside out. You are rebirthing a healthier space for yourself, and that healthier space is going to be mirrored back to you. That's why you have to balance your heart right now. You have to. It's a part of you coming out of survival mode. It's a part of you getting out of victim consciousness. It's a part of you reclaiming your divinity as well. I think that you're about to grow again, and I think that you'll never experience like that old type of like poverty that you've lived in before, because your energy has kind of it's kind of like transcended that. Even how you solutionize and how you alchemize has transcended a lot of things in your past. So you won't really have to go back per se, or not in ways that you're used to, as far as like looping in survival and loss and things like that. I think that you've sown enough seeds thus far in your journey for you to maintain a stable sense of stability. Now, that doesn't mean that you are exempt from character development, you know, as everybody kind of has to go through. But it does mean that you have done your work and earned your stripes in certain things, to where you have a solid foundation that is not going to be easily uprooted. So you can trust in that. You can trust that a lot of the experiences that you've had and a lot of your labor and your heartbreaks, to be honest, did what it was supposed to do. You alchemized it the right way. I think also your guides are telling you to be patient. Be patient. You look at things when things don't go according to your plan as like denied, like your guide saying, no, you can't have it, whether this is in love or things like that. It feels like you have kind of a disposable ass nature for real. But it also feels like a runner nature, a runner mentality. You dispose of things and people very quickly, but I think that you do it before they can do that to you. You clock the situation, and then you don't really stay to grow in anything. You have just a, okay, well, gotta keep going, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. Self, I gotta preserve myself kind of mentality. And I think that that's also because nobody has gone out of their way to try and preserve you. So I understand where you're coming from and why you behave that way, but I also understand why your guides are kind of like trying to alchemize that. That's a part of you coming out of survival mode. Be patient with yourself. You know, you are in a season of growing with things, growing with yourself, growing with your business, growing with your experience, instead of just being able to kind of abandon it the same way that you would before. You know, you might have thought that you were protecting your peace, but you know, you used to have a way of kind of running from your problems and running from situations. Nothing was ever safe for you to grow with before, so it ain't nothing for you to get the hell on. But I think that you're older now, you're wiser, and I think that you're just in a new chapter. And I think that your guys are trying to kind of like regulate your nervous system out of the runner mentality. I think that you've been left out in the cold, though, a lot. Left out in the cold, probably to the point where your spiritual awakening was likely due to you experiencing trauma, pain, life shifts, grief, anxiety, heartbreak, that kind of energy. But it is time for you to fully integrate with the wisdom of light that you've gained for years now, and for you to see it kind of made manifest in your real reality and in your day-to-day lifestyle. So it's time for you to get out of the victim consciousness of your past and allowing it to run the show. We got the death card in reverse out here. So the change is choosing you, the healing is choosing you, because it's time. But you have a hard time with change. You're resistant. You don't trust in the unknown. You don't trust in things that you can't see. And I think that that's another reason why your guys are slowing you down, to shift some of these hard body ass narratives that just aren't necessary in where you're going, to be honest. Let's see, Spirit, what else do you have for this collective? What else do you have? Heavy spiritual initiations. Oh, cousin. Oh, baby. Oh, honey. That's what it was for. We got the 9 of Pentacles. We got the 10 of Cups. We got the Sun card out here. But we got that Queen of Swords in reverse. So you are going through a heavy spiritual initiation that is about to catapult you into a higher frequency of reciprocation and awareness. A lot of your wish fulfillment and the things that you asked for are waiting for you in this next immediate timeline. And I mean, you're about to anchor in generational wealth. You're about to grow either in a current relationship or come into union with your divine. You're about to also, maybe some of y'all might be having a child. Some of y'all might be having a baby here soon. I'm hearing like very, very soon. Like you might find out about that within the next 2 or 3 months. But congratulations in advance. I think that the life that you want is about to unfold for you so quickly, you're not even going to realize it's happening. It's just going to be like, you know, jaw on the floor kind of energy. But you're anchoring in generational wealth through the wisdom that you gain. Through the wisdom that you gain emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And that wealth is what is opening the floodgates of wealth for you, but also for your bloodline as well. Because you are birthing an extremely powerful bloodline, or raising a very powerful bloodline, or influencing. Either way, your energy magnifies the power in other things. Things that has connection to your energy and to your ashe grows as a reflection of you. But expect wealth. I don't mean like a little money here, little money there. Expect wealth. Wealth, money, big bag. Like the energy that I'm seeing is some of y'all were in an apartment this year. Now next year you might be in a 6-bedroom house. You know, that kind of energy. Or you might be like laying the blueprint for a house that you're building. Very rags to riches, overnight success, but low-key been working at this for some time now kind of energy. But really being able to see a lot of your hard work, dedication, commitment, and time really grow and materialize. You're about to experience a lifestyle upgrade, but you got to mentally shift your perception. Shift your perception of having to make space for new things, and shift your perception on love and connection. Because like I said before, your energy is a bit stoic, but like your boundaries are too harsh and you're not always right. So allow yourself to get out of this victim consciousness that keeps you unable to connect, or unable to even hold yourself accountable sometimes, or unable for you to grow with things. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to stay in a situation or a relationship with someone and let them drag you and do you dirty in the name of growing with them. But I do think that your guides are saying every situation doesn't require you to be a runner. You have to gain the wisdom somehow, some way. You can't do that if you're always kind of on the go and packing up and moving on. And if you can't grow with anything, why would anything grow with you? You know, does that make sense? So I think that your guides are, yes, telling you you've done good thus far, but there may be a little itty bitty self-check that's needed right now. And that self-check kind of opens the door to more materializing for you. But when I tell you, a lot of the experiences that you've had thus far is getting ready to make a lot more sense. You're about to be skipping with joy and laughter with your partner on your land, maybe with your children, with your dog babies or your animal babies or what have you. But whatever it is that the dream was, you're about to have it. And baby, you ain't about to have to wait no 5-6 years for it. You are about to be the definition of rags to riches, baby. The sun is about to be so heavily on your face. That's why your guides are working with you with getting out of survival. You're about to experience on a quantum level the frequency of abundance and how it will materialize for you in your life. I think you've had small experiences with this before, but never on this, at this magnitude. And this is actually coming in very quickly. I think that you're actually feeling it, but very anxious as well. And that anxiety could come from the fact that you're still allowing, or you're still establishing trust within yourself and what it is that you feel like you can really do. But your guides, to be honest, has been clocking your growth for so long that you can't really mess this up. You can't mess up the next chapter. You can't, sorry, y'all might hear my tummy. But you can't mess up this next chapter because you've been sowing the seeds to get here for so long. Yeah. You were in hermit mode forever. And it felt like you were just giving and helping other people to grow and advance and become a better version of themselves and all of the things. And you weren't really having much to show for it, to be honest. But I feel like you're about to see it. You're about to see your hard work and dedication materialize again. And it's better than it did the last time. I know the last time I had your head spinning. You was like, what? This is really happening for me? Oh, baby, it's going to be more clear than you could have ever imagined. More quickly than you could have ever imagined. It's giving overnight success. I think that's also why your guides were working with you a couple of months ago with getting rid of your visibility wounds and things like that, and your perceivability wounds, like feeling scared to be perceived by people. But you are coming into your power. You are coming into your power emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I think that you had a couple crash outs. You had some not so great days. And you alchemized it all. You went through a lot, to be honest. It wasn't cute at all. But you didn't let it break you down. If anything, you let it teach you how to pour into yourself and how to love. It did make you a little bit hard body where you can't trust nobody, but you never lost the ability to love. And that is why the scales are balancing so heavy in your favor emotionally, and why it's important for you to open your heart. It's time for you to receive the residuals behind seeds that you were sowing into others. When you were showing up in your heart space, when you were pouring into people, when you were helping them financially, etc., etc. Yeah, it feels like all that was lost is being returned. It feels like you're also maybe being prepared for a new connection or a new opportunity. It looks like there's going to be some sort of turn, but maybe turn for the better in some sort of foundation. So this could be by way of business, job, maybe even a connection, but it's not going to be as burdensome. And I think that, to be honest, I think people are just trying to get on your boat. But it's not always in a bad way or in like a using ass way. I think that people are slowly but surely kind of seeing the value in you. And I think that they see that you're not going to be very tolerant of nonsense or things that don't really align with you spiritually. So they want to get on your program if they can, you know. It feels like toxic people that you maybe still allowed in your space could be trying to sing a different tune because they see you healing and growing and they don't want to be left behind. And I think that, yeah, they don't want to be left behind. And they see you kind of weighing your options and flourishing and growing more than you ever have. You got people really like damn near straightening up they tie, trying to look good for you, trying to get their self together for you because they know that you're a once in a lifetime kind of experience. It feels like also your guides are telling you to get more comfortable with clear communication and also get comfortable with clocking people at the door, especially for their deceits. You may have recently had to let go of someone for being manipulative or for being a liar or for taking something from you, even if it was just your peace of mind. But at any rate, I do think that your guides are telling you to shift your perception. I think your guides are kind of telling you everybody is not your enemy, and don't give so much to people that pose themselves as one, because regardless, they're not on your level and the energy was always going to reveal itself in the first place. So stop muddying your hands. That's what I'm hearing. Stop. Yep, we got the devil card out here. Stop muddying your hands. I think also you are coming out of a karmic relationship or multiple karmic relationships or even a karmic chapter maybe. And this chapter was very triggering, but it's important for you to leave it where it was. Certain people that you're being called to let go of are no longer in alignment because they mirror a version of you that you are no longer. They play too many games. I think that you should trust your spirit of discernment. Your guides will tell you whom and what is worth growing with and what is not. But everybody ain't worth growing with. Everybody's not worth discarding per se, but everybody ain't worth growing with. And I think that this could also be an energy from your past, like trying to pull you back to them, trying to keep you down, wanting you to fall for their tactics, fall for their manipulation, and be more usable or siphonable. But it's just not gonna happen this time. You're so divinely protected and in your power, yo. You're so in your power, you're so focused, and I think that you can actually expect for the winning streak to continue. Expect to materialize more abundance that is a reflection of the abundance that you're finding within. Your guides are extremely, extremely, extremely proud of you, to be honest. And it feels like what was once an injustice is being, it's like kind of the scales balancing as divine justice, putting you into a role of leadership and also making good on seeds that you were sowing. It's like things are going to happen for you like this in this upcoming chapter, cousin. You may also be sent someone to help. This could be intimate, or this could also be like a mentor or someone that's going to be very instrumental in your gain in this next chapter. Someone is going to come in and see your power and want to be involved. They want to reciprocate to you, and they want your hard work and dedication to like mean something. They want to be a part of it with you, and they don't want it to end. This could be someone who you've been growing with as well, if it is intimate, but it feels like they're They want to be with you for the long haul. They want you to get everything that you were due because they know where you've been. This could be someone from your past or someone new. Yeah, this is probably, ooh, yep, there's somebody from your past. I think they want to come in new, but you put so much pressure on them. They feel like they're not good enough. Too bad, so sad. I don't want to say it that way, but I think that you also, your energy just makes people feel insecure. It makes them feel like you're weighing other options and things like that, and they be scared to pour too much onto you. But I think that they look at you as their wish fulfillment. Like you are someone that, you know, they've been waiting on their whole life, and they're still learning how to be better because of you, but they don't want you to go anywhere. They want you to have everything and then some, and I think they want to have it with you, but I don't think it's from a superficial place. I think they just likely have put you through some things, and now they're starting to realize they can't lose you. But I do think that they want to do better. It don't always happen that way, but they want to do better. They want to give you more. And I think also the more you're able to grow through certain situations and gain the wisdom, the more the universe gives more back to you. It feels like you're going to have a lot to celebrate. God has his hands all over this. Your heart, that business, your ideas, like expect to have a lot more heavy gain. Expect a lot more mutual reciprocation, recognition, and reward for the seeds that you've sown thus far. Expect it. You're about to be seen. Yeah. Some of you know it too. You're about to be seen in a higher light. Like I clocked before, coming out of survival mode, having to regulate your nervous system into obtaining wealth and into a frequency of having consistent peace, into self-trust. But your bag is about to grow. And I feel like you're just about to be immersed into a timeline of peace of mind. And I'm so excited for you. I think you really deserve that, to be honest. I think you really do. It wasn't in vain. It meant something. The pain, the experience, the heartbreak, the disappointment, the being disposed of, having to let go of certain people or certain situations, having to dispose of people that you love and things like that. It meant something. And you're about to better understand why the divine chose you. You're about to see firsthand God's favor over your life, my love. Yeah. You're about to see it. You're about to come into your power. Oh, and we got the star card out here. I can't show it to y'all. You're about to come into your power. You're about to step into your authenticity. Just allow yourself to open your heart a bit to new ideas, new connections, maybe even old connections too that are not done. You are inspiring. You are the inspiration. And the divine is getting ready to give so much back to you if you can just stop telling the divine how to do it. The who, what, when, where's, how's, the I don't want that, or I want this and I want that better. You know, that kind of energy. I think that your guides are saying just allow the divine to do what the divine does. You don't have to be so hyper controlling in this particular chapter. What you do need to do is just heal. Don't worry about making this decision or that decision, because most things that you worry about are already being taken care of in the spiritual realm. But focus on your healing, shifting your mindset, and regulating your nervous system into a more abundant frequency, because you are creating in a more abundant frequency. But there is so much more that is coming in for you, cousin, and I'm not going to hold you. I'm very, very proud of you. And getting out of survival mode is going to look so good on you. And I hope that you're able to take a moment where you kind of step back and see that you earned this, that you deserve this, that you're not an imposter in this timeline, and that your blood, sweat, and tears always mattered. You were always your divine's baby. You were always your ancestors' baby. Always. Even just looking at the bottom of my deck again, the Star card. You're going to be a first-generation millionaire, baby. The wealth that you anchor, the wisdom that you anchor, your great-great-great-grandchildren will benefit from it. Your ancestors will know your name for many generations to come. So keep going, cousin. It's time for you to embody stepping into your power. Embodying it, wearing it, okay? Now, moving forward, cousin, you can book me at lucidlifestyle.com. I will put my booking link in the description, and share this with somebody that need a pick me up and need a reminder that they're that guy or that girl. Save this for later. And let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this and what you want to hear next. If you want to hear a part 2, come check me out. But thank you so much for your time, and I love you down. I appreciate y'all, cousins. I'll see y'all soon. Blessings. And come subscribe. The hell?